Okay,
Are
we're
you there?
back. Can people hear us? We had some tremendous weird
Can you
problems.
hear me now?
Yeah, we were frustrated, all right, Terry.
You know, I
Keeping our
don't
fingers crossed.
I don't get rattled easy, but one thing that will always rattle me, technology.
Yeah, we're not sure what happened, but apparently during Libra Cusp's reading, we think the chat room went dead, and we didn't realize it until several moments later. So
All right, so let me just
try to get
see.
back in shape here.
I have lost things completely.
Josephine was the next person if
I
they're
know
still
that,
around.
but Libra, we don't even know if you got to hear your whole reading. And we don't know if that's going to be on the recording at this point.
We might have to make it up to Libra somehow.
Well, I know some of the cards, and we do know what you had. You had the Queen of Pentacles, you had the Page of Pentacles, and you had the Devil. I think you might have heard most of that before we went out. And then we had the Lenormand cards. Is Libra still with us?
I don't think so. But it seems to me like it was something to do with YouTube. I think YouTube just cut out. We had to totally reboot YouTube and then our operating software and other
Just
stuff.
leave that.
Oh,
We will have to make it up to you, Libra. Sorry about that. I don't know if you're here, you're not. Maybe you'll check in later. So we're going to move on to Josephine, and I see we also have, it looks like Terry has joined us,
and Chrissy and Patton.
and Chrissy, and Patton. Well, sorry for all that excitement. One would
Yeah.
think Mercury was retrograde or something.
So we have those last three on the list. Terry, Chrissy, and Patton. It should be in the order. Patton says he doesn't need a reading, so that's good. Thank you, Patton. So let's get with it.
So, Josephine, can you hear us now? And can you give us a question?
Yeah, so we were on Josephine's turn. I'm not sure if they're still here, though.
Yeah, I know. She might have cut out after that. I feel bad. She got in number 2 today.
All right, Josephine, go ahead.
Ah, good.
Hopefully we
Yeah,
won't
we made
cut
it back,
out.
January girl. Let's hope it all goes well. We don't know what happened. No clue. But when in doubt, reboot.
So I'm going to get my deck in order here, the Nefertari. What will the new work opportunity I got bring me? Okay.
Oh, well, congratulations on that, Josephine.
Yes. And I see we have Lily there too, so we'll
Hi,
put you
Lily.
down.
I'll get you on the list. And we'll go over the list in a minute so you can see where you are. All right. Yeah, it's still a problem for me, sadly.
The cat in your way?
Yeah. YouTube crashed. Yeah, we think it did, Jenna. Do you know that for a fact? Because that's the only answer we have. It's very strange. We've never cut out like that before.
Well, my son has done streaming on YouTube and another platform for several years, and he told us right at the beginning that occasionally YouTube will just crash or things will happen.
Did you shuffle?
I did.
Okay.
All right, Josephine, thanks for coming back. So we have 3 cards, and they are the Lovers reversed, the Two of Wands reversed, and the Five of Cups also reversed.
Well, out of the cards here, I like the Five of Cups reversed, actually. I think this is obviously a new opportunity for you. It might open further doors for you in some way. Whether it's not at this job, it might open up opportunities for you somewhere else to advance. But either way, it looks like it's opening doors for you. The other two cards are a little bit less positive. I'm wondering here if, it's just a matter of being able to acclimate to the new environment. What do you think?
Well, they both represent a certain level of duality. The Lovers is about a decision between two different things, and the Two of Wands can have duality aspects to it because sometimes it feels like there's just sort of a state in motion, and when this one's reversed, then that motion seems to be delayed or possibly affected somehow. And so specifically, that one does speak Two of Wands to business or enterprise. Whereas the Lovers itself, the decision could just be that it's really a strong emotional decision. So what I'm thinking is that you may find there are some things about the situation that don't please you emotionally. But on another level, with the Two of Wands there and the Five of Cups, the Two of Wands isn't super bad reversed. It just may be indicating that there's a bit of waiting going on, or that there's some maybe amount of things being juggled around. Sometimes things are just being massaged to fit an equation, so to speak. And when I combine that with the Five of Cups reversed, it just seems like there's opportunities there, but there may be some aspect that emotionally will be a little cringy for you, I think, if it's a decision especially.
Well, yeah, I think it's just it's a matter of maybe, you might have a little frustrations with a learning curve. You might have a little frustration with some of the people there at first. It's kind of like you're not so sure, that this is right for you right away. But I sense that this job has the potential to open doors for you. That's what I think. So, every job will have their frustrations or their difficulties in acclimating to the culture, or whatever there. I don't know if it's something unfamiliar to you, but all in good time, and that's what I think. There may be some delays with your comfortability there, but I sense that this might be a positive step for you. But let's double check that with the Lenormand, because if those cards are cautionary for other reasons, maybe it'll show up here.
That Two of Wands to me is not, like I said, entirely bad. It just sort of suggests some delays going on.
Right.
And I'm thinking it's somebody repositioning things or some rearrangement of some things. What you got?
Well, and the other thing, well, it's funny you say that because I'm also thinking of the Lovers too as, well, you said it's about duality. So I sense too that maybe there is some issues, again, balancing and juggling things for a while, which may cause some stresses on you as well. Well, this is an interesting combination of cards. Why don't you show that one? That is the cross, which usually means grief and whatnot. And then we have the card of travel or change. And what I'm sensing here is because one kind of the latter card kind of identifies the other card, I have a feeling this job is going to be an end to some feelings of grief or sorrow or stress. I think in the end, things are going to work out, is what this is saying. This change is going to be an end to some hardships, maybe, in your life.
Yeah, I overall don't think it's like gangbusters.
No.
I think it's like just the kind of thing that once you start to put yourself into it, you will feel more comfortable with it. I just don't know that it's your end-all be-all job, but I think it's where you're going to take you away from these other situations as Banshee's applying with the Lenormand cards. So I think that's probably going to work out for you in the long run. There'll something better later, I think. This is just maybe pulling you through into another area. And I see we have Vanita. So hi,
I've got
Vanita.
you on the list, Vanita. I'll go over the list in a minute. Sunny was next, and I'm not sure if Sunny is back. Did you come back,
I
Sunny?
think Sunny's back. We'll get them back.
But that's what we have for you, Josephine. I hope that helps, and good luck with this job.
Thank you, Josephine.
But don't get discouraged early on if things aren't going quite as smoothly as you would like. Ride it out.
Sunny's here. There we go.
All right. So I'll go over the list right now. Sunny is up, and then January girl, Balkis, Jenna, Madeline, Lakeisha, Terry, Chrissy, Patton, Lily, and Vanita.
And Patton says he doesn't want to read. He's just
Oh,
watching us.
okay. All right. Well, thanks for coming, Patton. It's always good to see
Appreciate
you
that.
here. I hope you're doing all right and everything's going well for you guys there.
Okay, so we have Sunny's question. Other options, more options. And you are welcome, Josephine.
June, July, August. You're very welcome, Josephine.
Okay, I'm going to use my Northern Tarot, Northern Shadows.
Okay.
We're looking to see what other options are there besides JAC.
Well, you've dropped them. Is that it? Yeah, you got them. Okay.
Just like YouTube.
Yeah, dropped cards like YouTube dropped us. So if you haven't checked out our COVID video, feel free to do so. It is more of a global prediction of maybe like the overall trends of where things are going. We asked some rather general questions. And then we'll be doing one for the U.S. that's going to get into some of the more meaty issues here, I think. So
We did a first one out on March 16th, so about 2 months ago.
Yeah.
And we reviewed it before we did this one that we just put up. And we were kind of, impressed with more or less what we thought was our accuracy with it. So we do hope you'll check out both of those. There's one from March 16th, and then there's one that we put up just a couple days ago. Now, back to Sunny. We have the question, and we have 3 cards. We have the Moon reversed.
Okay, and
We have the 3 of Discs upright.
3 of Discs upright,
That's
and
Pentacles. And then we have the 2 of Rods reversed. I like that.
okay, well, we got the 2
Another-
of Wands again.
Another 2 of Wands.
And reversed again. You used a different deck last time,
Yes.
correct?
I know.
So
Isn't that
that's
crazy?
interesting. So what was the one in the middle? The 3 of Pents?
Yeah.
Okay, so are there any other options other than JAC? Well, if there are, I think that, the 2 of Rods seems to indicate there's a delay. That, it's possible there may not be anything else happening other than that right now. Although I get the feeling that something is going to be revealed to you. Something is going to hit the light of day, whether it's about JAC or, it's about your opportunities with someone else.
Sounds like it might be a little gossipy even.
Yeah, it's a little gossipy, I think. Right. And yeah.
I sort of get a little hint that maybe it's not the best light for this person or the situation. So you probably wouldn't want to be too attached to that, but maybe it'll be fun to watch. I don't know. The 3 of Discs to me maybe suggests that this is a card of a person who's artistic or a perfectionist, a craftsperson. So I don't know if that's the JAC person or if that represents the possible other option.
Well, I didn't think about it that way. That's interesting because I almost felt like maybe it's saying for the next 3 months you're going to be, busy with something else, some project that you're working on. It almost seems like because that card doesn't have a lot of romance attached to it, and
No.
I'm not really seeing a person there. But like you said, it
It's somebody
could
admired.
indicate somebody who is an artistic type, somebody who creates stuff, like you said. So I think like a sculptor or painter or
Could be a
something like that.
producer or somebody like that who's just really involved with production.
But also, this could be you, working on your own project. So,
JAC, Sunny says.
oh, okay. So I think that,
See. Oh, okay, interesting. So it looks to me like it is a going enterprise for you. You got to keep working on it. But that's what the 2 of Wands reverses tell me is that right now there's just maybe some slowdowns or delays. You got some other things, other business to deal with. So you should just try to keep focusing on it when you can.
yeah, and let me do the Lenormand for you. I'm sorry. Kind of
Well,
dropped the ball there.
tutorials. We don't believe in tarot, and we're not nice people. So you got it absolutely wrong. No, actually, we do believe in tarot, and we are really nice people. So
We like to think we're nice people.
we're
And,
glad you're here.
feel free to stay and listen. That's fine. if you're being respectful.
Just
And
for the record, we've read tarot a long, long time, and we have a lot of people who really think a lot of what our talents are. So we hope you will be entertained.
well, we hope you'll be entertained if nothing else, absolutely. And hang in there.
Okay, so we're going to do the Lenormand for Sunny now and see if we get a little more information on that.
Yeah, hang on a second.
All right.
Wow, the moon came up again. So, it's interesting, Sunny. Throw that one there. The moon came
The moon
first.
again. Wow, look at that,
I
Sunny.
know. This time upright, but I think the message is very similar.
I'm afraid to show this one.
It's the ring.
The ring.
So it seems to me that, there is a potential here that you could form a bond with somebody or some kind of partnership. And something is going to come to light about that. The moon is all about revealing things, could be success with an enterprise or a project. So there's different meanings for the moon. And especially since it's coupled with the ring card, it makes sense to have a business partnership sort of thing going.
Well, in the Lenormand, to me, the moon sort of is about the same either way. I mean, you don't read it reverse, so it really sort of covers, to me, the moon's meanings, which is finding out something. And I think that's about the project or the commitment towards the project. So maybe things will perk up in that direction.
Yeah, this was kind of a strange reading for me, Sonny. I think that I really don't see, other than this that came up, I didn't see anything concrete about, romantic things going on. It seemed more business related. But the ring has that potential to swing that way.
True,
Swing it that
but in
way.
general, in folkloric and fortune-telling traditions, the moon itself does sort of have certain romantic aspects.
That is true.
So
That
it
is
may
true.
just be saying that the atmosphere does seem to promote for romantic. It's up to you or others to move that in some direction, but that the atmosphere around you might be okay for romance.
Well, so the energy is there, but it is really not telling us.
You get the ring.
Yeah, it is really not telling us right now who this may be. I didn't get any kind of definitive feeling off of those cards at all. So in other words, I think it depends on circumstances. Everybody's kind of tied up and stuck in place. I know maybe it's not the same where you live. So the thing is that maybe it's just a little difficult now projecting that because we don't know where we're going to be 2-3 months from now with all of the coronavirus things going on.
So that's what we have.
That's what we have today, Sonny.
Best wishes, Sonny. Take care of yourself.
Yeah, and thanks for stopping back, and I'm glad, you tested negative. That's really awesome. I saw you mention that in the chat there. Hey, January girl, you are up. And after January girl is Balkis, Jenna, Madeline, Lakeisha, Terry, Chrissy, Lily, and Vanita.
All right. Yes, I think we've talked before about this with you. So, and it does seem interesting because it was, as you say, from a long time ago. We're happy that your test came out negative. That's very awesome.
All right, well, my cards.
Sure.
Pull the animal ones out. There we go. Are you doing a sunny cam?
I could.
You should. We don't want to leave our cat out, who always comes dutifully to sit with us.
There he is.
Our tarot cat, Sunny. I think he just likes to absorb the good feelings he gets off of all of you in the chat.
How many people until you?
What? Jenna, I just went over that list. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Where are you? No, you're 1, 2, 3. We're on January girl now, and then Balkis, and then you, Jenna.
So don't lose your spot.
So hang tight. Don't run away. You know the drill. So I have to admit, I did not film my soul stories this weekend because we worked on the coronavirus reading instead, but it's definitely going to be done this week. Friday or Saturday, I'll be filming it. I'm not sure when it'll be released. Probably on the weekend. We'll see. And then I've got another one. My goodness, they're back to back to back, coming out on May 23rd.
So those of you who are new, I've noticed we've had a few new people. Here's our schedule. We're actually here live twice a week. Thursdays like tonight, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then Sundays, 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we also show a reading of the day, a card of the day on Twitter and Facebook. So you can get those there. And what do we got, Banch?
Well, this is interesting. You know, you're talking about your boyfriend, JG, and I am getting, we got queens. We got queens up the wazoo here. We got the Queen of Pentacles.
Maybe that's what he is trying to tell you.
Reversed.
Okay, that was a bad joke.
That was a very bad joke. He's got the Queen of the Queen of Swords reversed, and then the Four of Swords reversed. So, what do I make of this? I mean, I think that there's two ways to look at this. One is that maybe this person does have some negative feelings about you, you know, and I think some of the coldness that you said something about, he ends in a cool manner. You know, that does sound like the Queen of Swords reversed to me, definitely. That,
right, it's sort of very without strong emotion.
Yeah.
It's really practical. It could be not emotional at all, but because most of us are used to feeling some emotion in people's conversations, if it's that cool, it just comes off as being uncaring. And yet it may not be exactly what was intended with that. Now with the Queen of Pentacles reversed too, I'm just wondering if maybe there's...
Is there another person?
Well, maybe, but I also feel too... There's something they're just not satisfied about. And maybe it's a current relationship, so maybe they're testing the waters to see if they could break up or move out of that towards you or towards someone. I see the Four of Swords reversed, so it does seem like they're moving in a direction. And sometimes to me, the Four of Swords could be saying they got away from somebody else. They're moving towards somebody else. They took a break and now they're coming back. So I'm wondering, like, did they leave a relationship and now they're testing the waters to be in another one? And maybe they wanted to try you again.
Yeah, see, I don't know. The Four of Swords definitely indicates some movement is going to happen. Whether that's towards you or whether that's moving away, I'm not sure. And yeah, you're right. We did say we kind of liked the way things were going and that there was possibilities. So I'm not sure what this is. You know, I'm not sure if they're dealing and grappling with, maybe, like I said, the Queen of Swords indicates to me that they're acting very cool right now.
Hold on, Terry. We'll get to you in a moment. They just inquiring about their spot. I just didn't want...
Yeah, we'll get back to you later, Terry. We'll let you know. But basically, I'm feeling that the Queen of Swords could indicate one of two things here. That maybe he's looking at you as you are the one being cool to them, possibly. And so they're being cool back. I think that's a possibility here. And the Queen of Pentacles reversed is just kind of a strange thing. Are they having some financial difficulties right now? Are they working on some...
No, real slump. It's more like a creative slump.
Well, yeah, you know, it sounds like something going on there too. And the Four of Swords, the movement thing just means something is shifting. Something is shifting and changing. It's not really telling me if it's for the better or worse, but looking at these two reversed queens, I am worried that either he thinks you're not thinking well of him, or he's kind of cooling down on you all of a sudden for some reason.
Yeah.
So let me throw the Lenormand and see if we get another clue on that. Sorry, this reading definitely is a little bit up in the air. Sonny is just staring at me half asleep. He's so adorable. All right. Oh my goodness, it came up again. So we got the ship first. People are going through some changes or some travel or some moves. And then we have the tree. So what does this mean? So I'm wondering if they're changing their mind about something, or they're concerned about long-term goals. Because the thing is about change or travel, the ship in the Lenormand, is it possible that they may be moving?
Yeah, I'm
And
wondering if there's a move that's going to help them, new job, new project, new opportunities of some sort. I think that's possible. Um, Even maybe if it's just, somewhere within a life change, like just some opportunity that really pulls them in another direction. Maybe it's not a physical move, but maybe somebody says, hey, we would really like you to do such and such or to be able to do such and such. I know these things sound like fairy tales, but sometimes they happen.
something has changed or is about to change in their lives, and it might be uprooting them in some way. Get the tree reference there. So I'm not really sure, January girl. I think we're going to have to explore this
Look at that.
further.
It ties in with the Four of Swords then. The idea that
Yeah,
maybe there
movement.
was something that was sort of on the back burner, they were chilling or something, but now there's an impetus to move ahead or to move into some other direction.
It is possible something is pulling them away right now, and they have to deal with it. They have to deal with it.
I think there was a possibility in the first set of cards that maybe there was another person, but it also looked to me
Yes.
like maybe they were wrapping things up or were moving away from that person too. And that was the Queen of Pentacles. And I wondered if it was possible that maybe they are breaking up from something, and so now they're looking back and trying to decide where they want to go, and maybe they thought of you for some reason, or you know.
Well, you guys have been working together, right? Is that what I'm gathering? So you've been in touch.
So we don't know for sure that he wasn't, but these cards are sort of making us feel that way. Like there might have been somebody, and maybe that's over now.
You know what? I usually don't spend a lot, more time on this reading, but maybe we should do a yes no real quick.
Already.
So he has kids. So he has something. See, there are things going on in his life, I think, that are keeping you apart a little bit. Or maybe that's why he has to be aloof right now, because he just has to not get too overly involved.
Right. It seems like, that could be another thing with the Queen of Pentacles reversed, is that it may just possibly indicate more responsibilities or differing responsibilities that kind of curtail some of their ability to be more productive.
Okay. I'm not exactly, oh, you got to shuffle. I'm not exactly sure how I'm wording this. I guess I want to find out if he's actually moving on from you, and that's why he's being cool. Seems like I'm down. Okay,
Not talking online. You said
okay.
that, right.
Well, he'd like to meet for lunch. That's positive.
Here you go. So we're going to do a quickie yes or no.
Whoa. I'm wondering if he is moving on in some way. I got 3 aces.
How
I
did you
did
ask the
like the way
question?
they. Didn't I say it out loud? Or is he moving on
Yeah,
from
okay.
January girl?
So it's strongly leaning towards yes. It's almost a definite leaning towards yes here.
I just wanted to see what the next card would be. And there's the Hierophant here. And For some reason, when I pull this card in this situation, I think it's tying back to his obligations and responsibilities.
Well, the Hierophant is kind of a loaded card. There are some decks where it means some real specific things about conformity and obligations. I have a deck or two where it suggests the idea that that priest person is marrying somebody, and so that card may suggest that somebody's being married or somebody will be married. And so I'm throwing that idea out there. Is it at all possible that maybe they're sort of hedging on telling you that they're getting married again, or that they're about to create another serious relationship, and maybe they view you maybe as more of just a really good friend?
Well,
for
I
that.
see mixed signals here, definitely, because you're absolutely right. We gave you more positive.
No, Chrissy.
We gave you more positive support last time, so I'm not really sure. And you got to remember that tarot is a snapshot in time. So sometimes when we keep going over the same issues again, what ends up happening is the messages do get muddled. I think that he's going through something with his family right now, and maybe for the moment, that is why he's feeling cold. I mean, maybe these energies possibly will shift again. I'm not sure, but right now, he is not focusing on you. He's focusing on something else. I got to leave it at that because, yeah, you're absolutely right. This is a mixed bag here. I would suggest if we do something on this next time, we might just want to do something, January Girl, just generally on his life to see what's going on. Maybe we can pick up, what's going on there. But we got to move on today, and so let's all think about that. Maybe we can approach this differently next time. And hey, Balkus, you are up, and then Jenna, Madeline, Lakeisha, Terry, Chrissy, Lily, and Vanita. And we will get everyone done today.
Okay, well,
let's ask a yes/no on the twin flame part. Do you want to
Sure.
do your cards for that?
okay. I'm going to use my Night Sun Tarot.
Okay.
Whoops.
Whoops, we had Sunny Cam on.
Yeah, Sunny Cam was on.
Well,
you can ask us again. Maybe something else will have changed, or we might pick up something different.
how you should respond is not coolly. I would say just be,
Yourself.
as yourself, as warm as you've been. If he wants to, you might want to remind him about that lunch, just casually and say, hey, whenever you want to do that, we'll do it. And of course, that depends on when restaurants are open for lunch, are depending on where you live. So they haven't opened up restaurants in our area except for takeout. Still.
Yeah, and we were really bad this week. We have been kind of good, but this week I think it's getting to us. So we actually went twice to get a carry
Yeah,
out.
we got carryouts twice.
Three cards?
No, it's a yes/no.
Oh, right.
For the twin flame, we're going to check that out first. That was number 12, wasn't it?
Yes.
That's a 3. What is that?
7.
Oh.
Okay.
Whoa. I don't know about this twin flame stuff, but I know there's probably some karmic elements to that. You got it probably leaning towards yes, this could be a twin flame energy, but there is something here that's not,
Messed up.
just kind of messed up. Wow, thanks, Mr. O.
You're
I
welcome,
hate to
January
say
Girl.
that too, but it looks as though that there might be some duplicities or some, well, not so fair play going on, wouldn't you say?
Something is underhanded or is hidden or is
Yeah, like they have
secretive.
secrets from you.
Somebody maybe is trying to get away with something that they shouldn't be or is being deceptive about something. But yet it does seem to be leaning towards yes.
Well,
Now,
but twin flames, they have like some.
resonance?
Well, yes, but there's also sort of a, I don't know if it's a push-pull, but there's a thing about twin flames sometimes
I admit
that.
I don't understand everything about
No,
them.
I really don't either, but I do sense that this one has maybe some baggage from something from the,
I
from
do get a feeling it's from the past.
the past. I was going to say the past. Yeah. So it's possible that this twin flame also might be coming to you from a space where they have been betrayed, they have felt betrayal, and it's impacting the way they approach you.
Well, I also feel too, when you said that, I had this feeling that there is, besides being the twin flame, there's something karmic with that too, and that it may be something shared from a previous life or some obligation that draws them together in this incarnation, but it's from the past, a past connection of some sort, a past dealing. So let's do our Lenormand.
I am.
Alrighty.
He's going to figure out how to get in that camera.
Wow, he's doing a pretty good job of it. Hello there, Sunman.
Well, I pulled some awesome cards here on this Balkis. So the first card I drew was the Wishing Well, and the second card I drew was the Bouquet. I think that, you're going to feel, despite whatever hardships this person has gone through and maybe some of the baggage that they carry with them that might carry over into your relationship to some degree, there is some really fortunate. There's something really fortunate about this relationship, and you will feel like it's been a gift to your life. You will get a lot out of this relationship one way or another. With the flowers there.
Right. I mean, if this person, whenever they are coming to you, and if they are also your twin flame, there's something really cosmic here. I think this just, the wishing well, to me, hammers it in that this person is a destiny for you of some sort. Because besides being about wishing wells, there's just something about the depths of the soul when you think about the well, like just going down into
deep.
the total deep of that. That's this person, when they come to you, it's totally deep. It's going to really click. It's going to be significant.
That's really interesting because what that does sort of indicate to me is there is a depth to a relationship with this person. And it kind of makes me think when I'm looking at this that, the Seven of Swords thing must be something that they themselves have gone through. I'm sensing that more now that I see
so.
this. And so, you'll be a very healing influence for them in their life. The Wishing Well also has some of that qualities about it, too.
Hi, Violet Ann, and I don't know if you'll believe this, but a week or so ago, we were wondering if we were going to see you again.
Yeah,
we're like, oh,
we were
remember
thinking
Violet
about
Ann?
you. We
So
were.
we're glad you came back. Hope you're well.
I'll add you to the list if you'd like. I think we can get to you. We've been a little slow today. We had some technical difficulties that delayed us, so that was a problem. That's what we have for you, Balkis. I hope that helps. That certainly did sound nice, really, overall.
I think that bouquet, that flower shows that this person, when they come into your life, they come with a lot of love. And maybe they're more keyed into the twin flame than you are even, maybe. I don't know. I get that strong feeling there.
We're hanging in there, Violet Ann. We're all healthy. Our family's healthy. And we're doing what we can to stay safe during this crisis.
You're welcome, Balkis. And
Hey,
yeah,
Jenna, you are up.
Jenna.
And after Jenna is Madeline, Lakeisha, Terry, Chrissy, Lily, Vanita, and Violet Ann. Yes, you can, Jenna.
All right, I'm going to use my Tarot of the Northern Shadows again.
Okay, I'll use my Let's see this one.
Do they like you at your new place? Because I get the feeling that they like you and that maybe they're already thinking about trusting you with more responsibility.
Oh, the UK kicked everything in the air for Violet Ann. Well, the lockdown. Well, we are locked down here in Michigan, and we had, quite the rate of COVID death and cases in Michigan, especially in our county, which is why we're doing everything we can to keep ourselves safe. So we've been hit hard in the U.S. We're one of the states that got hit the hardest. But I know what you guys have been going through in the UK. I've been following. I'm not myopic. I look at all the world events, and it's kind of sad. General for Jenna. Okay.
You have a Queen of Cups reversed, a King of Cups upright.
It's very ironic.
I know. And the Eight of Discs or Pentacles, and that's upright also. So what do they mean?
Well, you are a hard little worker, Bee. I will say that. The Eight of Pentacles is showing you hard at work on projects. Whether it's your own personal project or on the new job that you have, you are showing your stuff, and people are noticing. So keep that in mind. Keep up the hard work. I think that there's some interesting stuff going down on an emotional level, though. These could be indicative of people in your life, but it could also be qualities in you. And so, you might be finding your emotions during the next month to be up and down, up and down. We got the Queen of Cups reversed. We got the King of Cups upright. Sometimes you're in the moment and you're calm and relaxed and tranquil and, at peace. And other times you're kind of frenetic and stressed and nervous.
Right, and I do think too that maybe to some degree it's not just you. There may be somebody who provokes a little bit in your environment. So I get the feeling it's not like a big thing like a bully or anything like that. It's not a bully. I don't think it's related to some of the other problems you've had with that friend that's going on. I think it's more about your general atmosphere. And I think that, it's just the times we're in. We're all kind of slipping back and forth in our emotionality. But overall, I think your best bet is just to stay focused on your job. Remember, I said something at the
Or
beginning.
your projects.
Your projects, too. But I saw something at the beginning because another queen revealed herself to me. And to me, that queen said, somebody at work likes what you're doing and is considering giving you more responsibility. So I don't know if you want that, but I think it might be coming to you.
You know what Mr. O says, the reward for good work is?
More work.
That's right.
So let's do a letter Mon.
Yep.
Good for you, Jenna.
Yeah, who needs drama? Well, I've got the mice, which I never like to see. There's the mice. And there's the stork, which the stork usually brings something new. So I think that, some new venture maybe that you were hoping would work out for you is not going to bring as much benefit to you as you thought. I don't think this is your job, but it could be something else. It could be maybe the Etsy thing. It looks as though there could be some losses associated with that, and maybe this just doesn't get off the ground, because we have the stork there, this new project, just doesn't get off the ground as well as you would have liked.
Yeah, I'm wondering if that maybe you're just going to find you're dissatisfied with that platform and that you might just investigate other platforms. I get the feeling like maybe what you'll find is that it's too competitive. There's too many people chipping away at things there. If that's what we're talking about.
Yeah,
if
I
it's
don't
something
know.
Similar, and that you may just decide to move on to something different.
But I do think that some new start, something even that maybe you'll want to get involved in the next month, since this was about the next month, it's not gonna turn out as well as you would have liked, and
okay.
Might be wasted effort.
Okay. So yeah, just try something different Etsy seems like it is pretty crowded. I don't know how I would ever be able to sell things there.
That's what we have for you, Jenna. I hope that helped. And we're going to move on to Madeline. Hey, Madeline, welcome to the show. And for all the new people here, if you subscribe, you'll be and turn on your notification. You'll know when we go live. But we're pretty routine with Thursdays and Sundays. Thursday nights from 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and Sundays from 2 to 4.
The person at work who may not like you is probably somebody who's a lot lazier than you. They may be an emotional person, and maybe they seem like they're always talking about all these things, but none of them seem like they're quite real. So I don't know if you know somebody that's overly imaginative, but that might be part of what their qualities are like.
Hey, Madeline, are you with us?
I'm going to type in their name.
Just type in your question, and I'm going to go over the list again because I see I've had questions. So after Madeline is Lakeisha, Terry, Chrissy, Lily, Vanita, and Violet Ann.
Right, and it's all very doable. All right, Madeline, there you are. So go ahead and ask us for either a general, or we can give you more of a question too.
Yeah, if you have a question, type it in now, or if you just want a general reading, that would be fine.
Hello there. Okay.
Okay. My deck?
Sure.
Well, we'll see if we can indicate a time frame there. Sometimes we can, sometimes not so much. Oh, he's so adorable. Is he looking at himself?
He was. We like it when the cat looks at himself on the monitor. There's a monitor here, and he was like staring right at himself. It's so cute. He's very self-aware. LOL.
We do have 3 cats, but you usually only see the one. He loves to be up here when we live stream, but some of the other ones come to visit once in a while. Okay. Well, this is really interesting. We've got some difficulties, but we have some good cards. Pass that up there. We have the 9 of Swords upright. We have the Knight of Cups upright. And we have the 10 of Pentacles upright. So basically, I think there's some sorrows. Somebody is feeling a lot of sorrow here and remorse or regret about something. I do not know if this is that person, your ex Jason, or if it's you. It's indicating somebody is really, working their way through a lot of disappointment and sorrow of some sort. And sometimes I think maybe, depending, there could be some guilt or feelings of guilt attached to that. Like, sometimes that card, the 9 of Swords, indicates to me that sometimes you bring this sorrow on yourself. And I'm not, so this could be what your ex is thinking, or this could be you. The Knight of Cups is the coming or going of a matter connected with the heart and emotions. And so it seems like something's moving, something's going to happen. Is it going to be positive? It might be, because I also see the 10 of Pentacles card there upright. And the 10 of Pentacles card is something growthful, something that you can build on. It's almost kind of a family card in a way. Do you want to?
Yeah, I was going to ask if you and Jason were actually married before, or really in a very committed relationship. Were there things that made you a family? Were there children or other relationships that were within your structure? Because I do think like maybe there was that connection there, and I do think that Banshee's right, that maybe They are thinking of you. Maybe they are thinking of coming back to you. I feel like there is still feeling for you, but I am seeing the sadness card, so I don't know who was the sad person.
Well, I read that note, so yeah, I'm not.
Okay. So it wasn't really a family, but you had dated. Maybe they're coming to you because maybe after some time now they're thinking you are the person that makes them think of family, or that maybe you make them feel grounded. You know, the Ten of Pentacles that make you feel like the life just really feels good with you there. It could be that.
The only other thing that, the only cautionary note here, because this looks positive to me.
It does.
Overall, I feel that the Nine of Swords might be indicating what you've been going through. But the Ten of Pentacles could also indicate that maybe right now his focus is on his family for some reason. I don't know what could be going on there, but it's possible that he has a focus on family matters and concerns in his family that might be pulling him away. But other than that, I like what he said. That seems to make a lot of sense to me. Let me pull the Lenormand and see if we get another clue here.
Lily will update the list in just a moment.
Okay. And money issues, okay. And maybe
Pentacles.
family's bailing him out right now, possibly, or, giving him
Or-
a helping hand. Sometimes that card indicates that, the 10. Well, the first card I pulled was this card, which is the path or decisions, basically. You notice it's a stairway with 2 ways up. So which way are we going to go? And then the second card is the mountain. You want to show that one? The mountain card came after. And so what that's telling me, the mountains is often about the obstacles and the challenges that we face, trying to climb that mountain. And so I think that maybe your ex is having a hard time making up his mind on things right now.
I would say that, or that maybe they have the realization that neither path or any path will bring them closer at this point, because there just seem to be some other obstacles there, or that they see that their path leads them towards obstacles. So that maybe that they're in a kind of holding pattern of their own.
Yeah. So, but I do sense something is holding them back from maybe coming back towards you right now, and it could be the fact that they can't make their mind up, or the fact that they are traveling some different paths right now that, it's kind of an obstacle to bring you into their life right now, and that's kind of what we see at the moment. And of course, there's a lot of obstacles going on right now in the world. So it's kind of the nature of things right now. There are a lot of challenges we're all facing right now.
Jenna, I see what you wrote there, and thank you. I appreciate that a lot. We feel fortunate that we're able to do this for the time being in the manner we do it. We are thinking, though, that we're moving closer to the point where we will be setting up something for that. But it's a gift that we want to share with everyone. So
Right.
thank you.
When we started this journey of coming back as tarot readers after time off, and we've never done online stuff before, we always did things in person. We knew it was going to be a process, and we started last August, and we figured we wanted to give ourselves a year to really acclimate ourselves again. We've never worked together as a team like this. We just thought this would be unique to try because we are such a team.
Well, it was really our son and daughter-in-law who thought that we would be awesome. So here we are.
So, Madeline, I hope that helped you to some degree, and feel free to come back and ask further in-depth questions about this, and we will help you out.
We have a little subscribe button on our screen, and I altered it so it has a little tiny TFT avatar on the button. So I don't know if you can see it on your screen, but go ahead and subscribe and you'll get notifications. Please like, share, comment.
All right, we got to go. We got a half hour. We've got readings.
All right.
So,
What's coming up
Lakeisha,
for Lakeisha?
you are next. Terry, you are after Lakeisha. Chrissy, you are after Terry. And then we have Lily, Vanita, and Violet Ann.
All right.
Hey, Divine You. Uh-oh. You're a little late today. I'm not sure we could get to you, but we could throw you in there just to see. We're good. How about you, Divine You?
You're welcome, Jenna, too. Woot woot. Okay, I'm going to start shuffling for Lakeisha.
And don't forget, we're on Facebook and Twitter, and we do a Tarot for Tomorrow card every night for the next day. And I post a lot of crazy stuff on Twitter. For people who follow me, they know.
I'm just running through our stuff. We do soul stories. These are all on our YouTube channel. You can check them out there. We do probably the most interesting astrology reading you'll ever come across.
Want me to shuffle first?
Tarot and astrology. That's called our monthly modality. So that'll be, in about a week or so. And of course, tomorrow, at midnight actually, tonight, my emotional exchanges will be out there. So you can check that out too.
Lakeisha.
We got our question.
Oh, we did?
Yeah. Hold on.
Where is it?
What's coming up for me in June?
Oh, I'm sorry. Silly me. What's coming up in June? We gotcha. Let me shuffle now and think about this.
Namaste.
You go.
Is Terry after Lakeisha?
Terry is after Lakeisha.
So, Terry, you're after the one we're on right now. Hopefully you won't fall off of YouTube again.
Yeah, hang in there. Try to hang in there. You got one more to go.
You want me to do it? Sorry.
You don't make it easy, Mr. O.
That's probably what happened to us earlier. YouTube might have been having issues because we just lost everybody and then we had to get out and reconnect. All right, Banshee. And this is for
These are
Lakeisha.
your cards.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
They're all reversed. The Two of Pentacles reversed. Well, this is okay reversed. The Nine of Swords is reversed. We'll talk about that. But then we also have the Death card reversed. So what's happening for you in the next month, Lakeisha? Not a lot. The Death card is kind of indicating that everything's going to be kind of slow and sluggish and status quo. It just doesn't seem like there's going to be much happening. The Two of Pentacles reversed is also cautioning, because it's reversed, you're going to have a hard time kind of balancing and juggling things. This could have to do with resources, finances. So you're going to be spending a little bit of your time and energy on keeping it together.
And I think that the penchant to get angry or emotionally upset because of the financial thing is sort of indicated with that too a little bit. It's one of the few times where I see an emotional outburst connected with something that's more about finances.
Oh,
or
with
other
the
things.
two? Yeah,
I
because
see that a little bit.
I could see
it's
that.
It's like trying to handle the whole ball of wax and not feeling overwhelmed.
But the Nine of Swords reversed indicates that I think you're going to work your way through this because, the Nine of Swords as it reversed is kind of a card of healing. So, you're going to get back on your feet again. You're going to bounce back okay. But it sounds like the next, what's coming is going to be just a little rocky for a while.
And Lakeisha, I don't know if you work with something particularly institutional like government or some sort of agency or thing, but I think that Death reverse card could be indicating that there's some stagnation on that level. If it doesn't affect you personally, it's just what's affecting a lot of us, that there's a lot of inertia that is transcending human levels as well as levels of organization. So we're all feeling that, and I'm just wondering if maybe it'll affect you more because it might be related to something in your life, like either work or something that with an institutional emphasis for you. You're welcome, Terry.
I'm seriously wondering about my Lenormand cards here because this has come up in many readings tonight. But here we go. The ship is back, And
It
it's
never
really
leaves.
funny. We just told you nothing's happening, but look at these cards you've got.
Oh my gosh.
You've got the ship and you've got money. But what this means to me is that maybe there's going to be changes in your cash flow. So I don't know if the imbalance is going to be about that, but I think it's going to work itself out and to your advantage in the end. But it looks like there's some changes in regards to finances or cash flow.
I'm just wondering if maybe you'll have an opportunity to take a chance on something. It's not like gambling necessarily, but it might be something that will work out to benefit you. Maybe not majorly, but it'll just be like, oh, that's cool. I got this because I did that.
Yeah. I like it. Well, I like it and I don't because I just don't understand. There's a lot of, but I think it's basically a symptom of the times right now. You know, everything's kind of up in the air and there is a lot of stagnation, as you pointed out, even Mr. O.
Yeah,
So we just got to work our way through this. So I think you're going to feel it next month. We kind of felt a little antsy this week, you know, like things, especially for me, were starting to get to me a little bit, I will just say. So hang in there and you'll get through this.
You're welcome.
And that's what we have for you, Lakeisha.
We'll see you again.
Hey, Terry, guess what? You're
It's your
up
turn,
finally.
Terry. Yes.
Terry, and then Chrissy, Lily, Vanita, Violet Ann, and Divine You.
So I'm going to use my Night Sun Tarot.
Okay. Love you too, Lakeisha. Take care.
Take care, sweetie.
Everybody be careful out there. Do take this seriously.
Terry.
Oh, I hope you didn't drop off, Terry.
Well, with all of these YouTube problems, because I think Terry
Oh, my
mentioned that
goodness.
themselves.
Yeah, so
too.
other people are having problems. We
It
dropped
wasn't
off
us.
tonight in a big way. We have never dropped off so completely. I mean, we've forgotten to turn our mic on and stuff, but usually we don't go dead like that.
Give us your question then, Terry.
Okay, Terry, what's your question? Do you just want a general reading or do you have a question in mind? Type it right now.
And we are in our final half hour. We think we'll get to everybody, though.
We will. I'll just make it happen. But no names after Divine You. That'll be it. Because we ended up losing a bit of time there when we went off. So we can hang in there a little bit longer. Okay, Terry. We gotcha.
All right.
Animal?
No, I was going to use mine. I've already shuffled it a little bit,
Okay.
so go ahead.
You're very welcome. And you know, when we do set up our platform, I mean, we may put up a button for donations eventually, but we will charge for readings, but we will always do short readings like this on our live stream.
Right. We intend to keep doing the content for free that we do now. We're doing like about
15 readings, 17 readings.
15 sessions a month for free.
15 readings a day.
What I'm talking about is our sessions, what's live.
Oh, the
So there's
live
2 a
streams.
week,
Got
and
it.
then there's the emotional one, and then there's the other one. So
Yes.
it comes out to about a dozen or so. So,
Okay, I'll take your word for it.
well, remember I was talking to you about the 22.
Ah,
That's what my concept is. Okay, so we have 3 cards. We have the Hierophant, Major Arcana 5. And then we have the 5 of Swords, so it's another 5. But it's Minor
reversed,
Arcana, and it's reversed.
which is good.
And then 5 plus 5 is 10, the 10 of Cups.
Wow, and that's upright.
And that's upright. So this is very interesting because these cards generally would be considered to be good cards. This one is sort of about the same, upright or reversed. So what is it? Well, to me, I guess in the general reading, I would say that you're looking for an ultimate happiness or you're going towards an ultimate happiness, but there's some questions about certain people's motives here that are are holding you back. I think you have a question about somebody's true intentions, and you're wondering if they're really sincere or if they're maybe are joking you. I'm getting some confusion here because to me, this card seems to indicate that somebody wants you to act and be a certain way, but at the same time, the next card is saying there's bitterness and there's depression and there's anxiety over things that are not working out, that are really stressful. Did you want to jump in?
Yeah. I'm looking at the Hierophant, and the Hierophant is structure and conformity and just things that seem, what's the word? Throw some words at me. So, structure, conformity, things that seem stable. And the Ten of Cups is happiness. And so I feel like there's going to be a sort of a stability in your life that's going to make you feel at peace and very happy. That things, aren't, so many people are going through crazy stuff right now. It just seems like your world is not going to be like that. Now, that card in the middle to me is indicating that maybe you're looking at something that needs to be some wrong that needs to be righted in some way. Maybe you're looking at something that you did in the past that you need to make amends for to someone, if that makes sense to you.
It could be the other way because it really
and it
looks...
could be the other way.
It looks like there was some serious struggle or fight or emotional thing with somebody, and maybe both people tried to hurt each other, or one tried to hurt each other more, and then the other lashed back. And maybe that's why the Hierophant is there, because it's trying to bring some sense of peace back into it. I'm wondering if this is somebody in the family.
It could be. I for some reason, because sometimes in general readings, I will look at the cards more individually. If I feel that two cards fit together, I'll put them together. I sense that this other thing is not necessarily part of those two cards, the Hierophant and the Ten of Cups. I feel as though you are working towards building some stability and structure in your life, and that is what really would make you happy right now. If things have been really topsy-turvy, you really want to change that. And I feel that this is maybe a part of it, only in that maybe you feel there's some things you have to right before you can have that structure and happiness and stability in your life.
Yeah, the structure is being
It's like
sought.
closure. You need
Yeah.
closure somewhere.
Yeah, you're
that
trying to
makes sense.
basically gain your foothold and get back in place with that situation. And thank you for that compliment.
Okay, Vanita, why don't you do the question and we'll do it on our stream, and you can watch the results. It'll be in the last half hour of our stream, I guess.
Ah.
Oh,
Interesting.
okay.
I think it may come back, whatever it was. If
Yeah,
it's
because the
possible.
5 reverse kind of indicates that, maybe.
I grabbed one, the Nine of Cups, which is a wish card. So I'm thinking, as a really heartfelt desire, it is possible this matter can be resolved.
So here's what I've got with the Lenormand. I pulled the Anchor first. It's very interesting. And then I've pulled the Mountain. And so, again, to me, it seems like there's some struggle with stability and security in your life right now. And so the Mountain is about obstacles, and I pulled that after the fact, which means you have to overcome these obstacles, these things that are in your way of having a stable, secure life. Because I think security and stability is really important to you right now.
Right. It seems to me like...
Matches with the other cards.
Yeah, it does. It seems to me like the overall goal is to stay in place right now.
Yeah.
And basically what I think this card says is that I guess you don't want to really run away from your problems. You really want to solve these
You want to climb that
questions.
mountain.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I think that's, you've mentioned a person who may have taken something for the grandparents. And I'm thinking that's going to resolve. I don't know if it will resolve with the actual thing coming back. Maybe it will resolve because they'll be forgiven anyway. I'm not sure. I'd like to think it'd be the other, that the person, gets
Okay, I see your question, Vanita. We'll get to it.
Okay, so that's what I had.
Okay, yeah, that's it.
Okay,
I
thanks,
hope that
Terry.
helped, and thank you for waiting. And
Appreciate that.
hopefully we'll see you again. And hey, Chrissy, you are up, and after Chrissy is Lily, and then we'll do Vanita's
You're
reading,
welcome.
Violet Ann, and Divine You.
All right, let's crack.
My cards?
Yes. You never know, right? What did Woody Allen say 40 years ago? Well, we shouldn't mention him. Thanks for sharing that, JG.
Okay,
That's cute.
so where is...
Chrissy. I'm going to type in Chrissy's name, and hopefully they're still
Chrissy
here.
is with us, Sunny. I'm going to slide you over. You know you're moving right into my space.
I know. I had this fantasy when I was in punk rock, like about 40 years ago.
Oh no, old story.
It was a real bad fantasy. We were just in a band where everybody was dyeing their hair weird colors, and I wanted to find a mini skirt to wear on stage. Luckily, there was none in my size.
I'm so grateful. Don't pound the table, dear. Okay, people, where is Chrissy? Last call for Chrissy.
We're giving you a last call, Chrissy.
Chrissy may have bailed.
We can get you some other time. We may not be able to take you back.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
Divine. Do
Who's
you
next
want to
after
Divine
Chrissy?
You? Do you want to leave a question and we can do it and you can just check the video?
Right, you could come back. No, we can't take you out of order, but we could do your question and then you can go back and look at the YouTube later.
I'd be happy to do that.
Who is our next person? Because I think we should call
After
them.
Chrissy is Lily. Hey, Lily, you're up.
So we're looking for Lily now, and go ahead and just type your question in if you can.
Yeah, Divine You, and we will answer it on the stream, and you can check out the video later.
We're doing that for Vanita too when it's their turn.
Yep.
So. Okay, thank you. We'll get to that. We will.
Okay, Lily, you're up.
So we are waiting for Lily here. If Lily is in the room, it is your
This
turn
might
for
go
the reading.
faster than we thought.
Bye, Jenna. You stay safe yourself.
Take care, Jenna. See you next time.
Let us know what happens with things. And I'm going to type Lily's name in.
Last call for Lily once he types the name in.
And we apologize, of course. I think we lost our momentum when we had our little slip up in that first 10 or 15 minutes, whenever that was.
I see you're there, Vanita, and oh, you are still here at 3%. Oh my God!
Are they the next?
So they are the next ones. I think we're going to move on because Lily has not responded.
Okay, if it cuts out, just come back later and find it. What friend of yours will backstab you? That's a question I like.
Oh, he's a Scorpio, you know.
Are we doing your deck?
Yeah, let's do it again.
So, let's do it. Let's try to hit it up for Vanita.
All right. Well, I don't know how specific we can get. Let's see. You know, we always get a lot of people cards, court cards when we don't want them. Let's see if we get some people cards today we can point you in the right direction on.
We may be able to describe traits or possibly appearances, and then it'll be up to you to try to figure out who that may be. Sometimes something might just shockingly show it to us, and we'll say, oh my God, hey, I'm a Scorpio. I could be your best friend too.
Well, lo and behold, we do have a Knight of Pentacles reversed. We have an Ace of Swords reversed. And we have a Six of Pentacles reversed. To me, this person who could by some chance be an earth sign, because, we've got a lot of pentacle activity here, and pentacles are earth, and so it could be somebody who's an earth sign. They seem to be rather selfish and self-oriented. The Six of Pentacles just shows that it reversed is that they don't want to give up much. They're holding tight to an opinion or something. They're not letting go of something that is maybe bothering them, and it may have to do with something they feel was a bad decision.
Well, I'm thinking it is more likely Virgo or Taurus over Capricorn, since you asked, Vanita.
Oh.
Just because I sort of feel clingy things, and Virgo and Taurus are more clingy than Capricorn in my opinion. But the Ace of Swords reverse seems to indicate that this was maybe a person who also took a fall, like maybe they had a higher standing in your eyes, or maybe they had a better job, and maybe something happened. Maybe they were demoted, maybe they lost their job, maybe people ended up not liking them because they said nasty things, or maybe they did bad things. So I'm thinking, because that Ace of Swords is like, is that the backstabbing? Because I'm just thinking that is a person who maybe thinks of themselves as a leader and a mover, as a dynamic person, but maybe not so much, or maybe their successes and their failures are not exactly in alignment.
They may feel like they've been robbed of some sort of victory or something that they wanted, and so they could be acting out on that. I would say it definitely seems, well, I'm going to ask you what you think, Mr. O. Do you think it's a masculine? Because we do have the Knight, but it doesn't have to be.
It feels more like a male energy to me, but I can't say that it's absolutely male.
I'm sorry, Scorpio, Brianna, we aren't going to be able to fit you in today. And Lily, you missed your turn. We called a number of times. I can put you at the end, so you got to stick with us, and we'll get you in because you were on the list. But as far as Scorpio Brianna goes, we're not going to be able to fit you in today. I'm sorry.
Yeah, if you subscribe, we'll notify you when you're on. Generally, we're on twice a week, Thursday nights like tonight, and then Sunday afternoons. But we had a pretty tight list today, and we're just not going to be able to take any more. So we are sorry. Yeah, you know what? Somebody was telling us that YouTube is really bumping
Being
people
bad
off today. We had that problem earlier ourselves, Scorpio.
Let's
Brianna.
move. We got the fish and we got the house. I wonder if somebody is moving. It seems to me that somebody is moving on or moving away. They might actually be moving out of your influence soon. Maybe just moving on. Best case scenario. So maybe, if there's a stab in the back, you're going to feel abandoned in some way.
Yeah, I think that whatever that is, I think that really forces you to distance yourself, that you're going to seek a different temperature of the water. You're going to move away from that.
Yeah, now mind you, both those cards are very positive cards. But, if I'm looking at it in relation to the question you asked, I sense that, this person and this backstab, it's going to happen, but then it's going to go away. So I think that they're going to move on.
So that's what
that's what we see right now for you. If you come back sometime, we can explore this or related things in more detail.
Can you tackle the list there?
I am. So after Vanita, we have Violet, Anne, and then Divine You. So
I meant the chat. I'm sorry.
what do you want me to do?
Well, maybe you could address those questions.
Which questions did I talked to Lily already and said that?
Okay, that came after you said that, so I don't know if they heard you. And then there was Chrissy.
Oh, okay. Well, so we didn't read for Chrissy, right?
Right.
Chrissy, you missed your turn as well. I have to put you on the bottom after Lily,
Who's next then?
but we're moving along. We're up to Violet Ann. And Vanita, sorry, didn't mean to cut off there, but we hope that helps you a little bit.
Okay, and we have Violet Ann's question, so let's get going. I got my deck right here.
Okay.
We will try to get back to Lily and Chrissy. We'll see what we can do. We're just going to try to breeze through these next couple readings.
Well, it's all the same number of people, just a different order again. So we'll
Right.
move
We
along.
missed a few minutes, though, looking for them, so we'll see what happens. Okay, thank you. Lily's letting Chrissy
Oh,
go
I
in
was
front of her.
shuffling my cards. I'm sorry.
I told you I was doing mine.
Alrighty.
And we'll just see, because people have been losing the connection or bopping
Yeah, it's
away.
been a crazy
and-
night. But you know, I will say, I work from home, and this week has been the slowest connections that I've ever had in this whole quarantine period. It's been crazy today. So maybe there's something going on, you know. Everybody's off and they're all glutting the internet.
Okay, justice shows up here in your question about your love life, so that sounds good. Sounds like maybe, something fair, equitable happening. And also the Ten of
Oh.
Cups. This is a really
Violet
good card for
Ann,
love.
that's a nice
This
card.
is kind of like the love that's totally fulfilling and happiness that comes when the relationship is totally realized and people realize, like, oh, we're going to buy a house, or we're going to have kids, or we're going to move to Paris or something like that.
Yeah, what's that, Mr. O?
Oh, but then there's this card, the Devil. Whoops.
Well, va-va-voom, maybe.
Well, the Devil may show to me that sometimes the relationship or aspects of the relationship will have some worldly, materialistic qualities, in that maybe what you're looking for in the relationship is really just the good stuff and less of the actual emotional stuff. And of course, that's a choice that everybody makes. What do they want out of a relationship? So it looks to me like it's a balance. And I'm actually wondering if the Justice card is there, what if that says that maybe one person in a relationship that's coming to you is really about the one quality, the Ten of Cups, and you or the other person, depending, is the other person who's not so much interested in that total picture of love, but likes those worldly concepts attached to it.
Well, it's such a really interesting thing that we have the Ten of Cups.
Maybe Capricorn?
Maybe. We have the Ten of Cups, though, in between Justice and the Devil. And when you think about it, Justice is about balance and keeping it, kind of together. And the Devil is kind of about obsessions and passion, maybe overly passion. Maybe somebody getting too obsessive or clingy in a relationship. So there's these two that are in, and you've got the happiness card in the middle. So basically, I think, your next relationship is going to be about finding that balance and making sure that the person, that you're with gives you room enough to breathe, that they're not too...
Controlling.
They're not too controlling. Yes, thank you. And
Which could be a Capricornian trait.
that could be. That's true.
And we know that.
And so, that's what would really make you happy. And, you're striving to find that relationship that will be that happy spot for you. I love the Ten of Cups in this reading. I think there's a possibility of achieving it. It's just that, you have to put your foot down if somebody is demanding too much, and or if somebody in the relationship has their own little inner demons that are coming out and affecting you.
Well, that's really interesting. There's nothing in here specifically about time flow, so it seems to me like it's very open-ended. This could be going on now. This could be coming to you very soon. we have a lot of Capricorn things around us and within us, so we get some of that too.
Moon in Capricorn,
A
both of
million
us.
Capricorns. Most of my best friends are Capricorn, if I had to put it mildly. Well, some of them are Libra and some of them are Aries. We're going to do the Lenormand. See what that tells us.
Gosh, Violet Ann, I do think something is going to be happening.
Oh, look at that.
I honestly would say, though, everything's so crazy right now with quarantines and stuff that you got to give this some time. The tree is about roots, putting down roots, and the ring is a bond and a commitment. And so I think that something is going to gel that could be more long term, that definitely has the potential for that. But I really am not seeing a time frame here. If I had to guesstimate right now, something is that you might meet this person in the next 2 to 3 months.
Is that Capricorn who still pops up, are they a lawyer or are they in the legal business? Just wondering.
You might be getting involved with this person more, yeah.
Just wondering, because you say they keep popping up, but at any rate, it does look good. It just
That
doesn't
looks
have
awesome.
a clear idea for us, so
Time-wise.
very cool. All right, we need to move on. Thank you, Violet Ann.
Well, good reading, Violet Ann, really, overall. And hey, and thanks for coming back. And hey, Divine you are up.
They may be gone, but we do have their question.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So let me
What
roll
was
back
Divine
to that
U's
question.
Was it a general, I think?
What are Spirit's messages for them?
Oh, is that it?
Yep.
Okay.
So do you have a special deck for that?
Well, no, but I can use... I'll use my animal one again.
Alrighty. You're welcome, Violet Ann. So we are doing Divine Use question, and they will pick that up in the reading. And then
Did we do Vanita's question yet?
we did.
We did.
And it's in the reading too, or it's in the tape, so they'll have to go back to that. Maybe I'll put a comment in there later so that if they can find it.
Okay, so after Divine You is Lily and Chrissy in whatever order you guys have worked out. So...
Okay, interesting. Thanks, Violet Ann. Chrissy, you're after this next reading. This reading should be really short because the person's gone. We're just going to pull a few cards and say a few things. You guys kept us busy tonight.
Well, I'm glad you all came because we were nervous nobody would be there when we finally got back on. Okay, Divine You, who is going to listen to this later. There's some interesting stuff here. You have the Knight of Swords upright. You have the Magician upright. And then you have the Five of Wands. So, I don't know here. The Knight of Swords, the Five of Wands. Why do I think you're preparing for some sort of battle? Or for something that you're going to have to really fight for in a way. There's a lot of either competition or there's a lot of disagreement maybe around you. But some of that can be healthy because, as you work out your differences, sometimes you come out with more creative solutions for things. And the Magician here seems to indicate to me that you have what it takes to overcome, this situation. You have everything in place. Like, let's say there's some kind of argument or quarrel going on, you will know how to be the peacemaker. If there is some kind of, what is the other card again? You're blocking me? Thank you. Oh, the Magician. No, I'm looking at this one. It's the Knight. The Knight of Swords. So if there's some decision that you need to make that, has been troubling you and causing you a lot of stress, because the Five of Wands can also be about stress and tension, the Magician says, just tap into yourself, go deep. You have the answers. You have everything you need right now to get through this next period.
I think Spirit's message for you is to take charge. Some task is awaiting you. The Knight of Swords says some undertaking is coming to you, and it's be prepared. You will need to employ your willpower and all your talents. I believe that the clue in the Five of Wands this time is telling me is that you're protecting something that is special for somebody. And why I say that is because the mongoose, or whatever that is, I think that's a mongoose.
I think it is a mongoose, I believe.
Is backed up
Or is
to
it a wolverine?
well. And my feeling is they're protecting the sacred water. They're protecting the water. So I think Spirit's messages, be prepared. Something is going to come to you that will tell you to marshal all your talents and skills, the magician skills, and be prepared to defend the sacred.
And then I have the park, and I have the bridge. And so I think also, this might be a time Spirit is telling you where you should use this time to kind of mend bridges in your social circle. This maybe is indicating to me that this whole situation has something to do with your social life in some way, or possibly family, and you can be somebody who can build bridges between people.
So maybe the defense of the sacred thing that I'm getting at relates to family things. Like maybe it relates to some concept or thing within the family that is sacred, and maybe it's being challenged by, an unruly upstart in the family or something like that, or somebody from outside the family.
Hey, Sarabhi Sharma, you're just too late tonight. We will not be able to fit you in. I'm sorry. Our list is closed, but feel free to come back at one of our other time slots, and we'll be happy to read for you.
If you hit our subscribe button and also notifications, we will notify you when we go on live again. We are twice a week per our schedule there. So we're sorry we can't get to you today, but we are actually running in overtime.
Yeah.
So we're trying to finish up now.
So, okay, so that's what we have for you, Divine You, and it is Lily or Chrissy's turn. Who do we got?
And Lily said Chrissy could go first.
Okay,
so
Chrissy, are you with us?
If you're with us, just go ahead and chime in.
And actually, since you're the only two left we're reading for, you could both put your questions in and we'll get to you.
Right. I'm thirsty now.
Well, I hope we haven't been too off our game tonight, because I'll tell you, that whole thing where we went down, that kind of just, put me in another frame of mind. Chrissy.
Go ahead and put in your question anyway, Lily, and we'll get to it anyway. We're going to do Chrissy first because there are questions here.
Okay, be like in my love life.
And we're going to use that deck again. Alrighty.
So this is for a future boyfriend and what you can expect. All right. I don't know. I like this deck tonight for some reason.
It was a pretty good deck. I like the colors. And
I like the colors.
The line quality is pretty interesting. It's classic.
But I got to switch up my decks soon. I usually switch them around. So next time I'll probably have some other decks. Okay. Oh my goodness. Well, I'll tell you right now, it seems like this future person is going to be an air sign.
So that's Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini.
We have here the Ace of Swords reversed. We have the Page of Swords upright. And we have the Four of Swords upright. It seems,
a lot of sword energy.
Yes, there's a lot of sword air energy here. And I'm thinking to myself, Mr. O, I just like to see the cards a little. I'm thinking to myself that the Ace of Swords is indicating to me that, at the beginning of this relationship, it's going to seem like it's a false start. Like things are not, gelling right away. And it might be because this person, I'm looking here, and this person might be a little younger than you, possibly. I'm getting with the Page of Swords.
I don't remember that you've indicated your age, but I generally thought you were younger yourself, possibly. Everyone's younger than us. But the Page of Swords definitely seems like a younger person than maybe yourself.
But it's a very serious kind of person. They're very serious. And as indicated by the Four of Swords, they're kind of, they might be an introvert type.
Well, as a Libra, you would be more resonant with other air signs. This isn't to say that they are absolutely an air sign, but it looks that way to us. Uh, Now, I'm thinking that with the Page of Swords, they're just a graceful person. There's somebody, maybe they dance, maybe they have real good reflexes. There's a physicality about them that's lithe. It's not like they're not a football player. They're more like a dancer, okay? But with the Four of Swords, I get the feeling like, well, maybe they're sort of chilling a little bit, or
Well, I
they're
think they're an
relaxed.
introvert. I think what that's saying
Okay.
is that they're kind of a quieter type of
I
person.
was going to say more relaxed.
Chilling for sure. They definitely are calm demeanored, but they're serious. There's a serious streak to them. So I don't know if they're they're going to be very studies oriented, student oriented. Maybe they're involved in the legal profession because of all the swords.
There's something definitely thoughtful, semi-intellectual, studious about them.
Yeah.
With the Ace of Swords reversed, it could also just be saying that up until this point in time, they haven't really made their mark yet. They're still working on things, and maybe they've had a few, little setbacks, but they're still forming. They're really
Right.
young at this point still, and they're not. If I had to hazard a guess, I would say that they're probably not older than 25, or that maybe they're somewhere in that range. Letterman?
No, I'm really sorry, Sarabi. We will not be able to take your question tonight. We have to close the list.
Right.
And I apologize for that profusely. But we just can't do it tonight. I would say to you, again, I would say to you, Chrissy, that one thing is that this person seems very, what? Oh, okay. This person seems very upright and very positive, a good person, I think. Honest.
I don't think they're necessarily dramatically younger than you. They could be just a year or two younger than
Yeah,
you.
when I say younger, and also remember, younger could be younger in attitude as well. There might be a little bit of an immaturity. Like Mr. O said, they're still forming in a way, their personality and who they are.
It's also possible, too, that maybe your age kind of came through to me, too. So maybe I'm picking up on you more. I don't know. Did you want to do the Letterman?
Yeah, I do. I just wanted to shuffle that.
Okay.
And I'm going to do the Lenormand. Let's see if we can pick up anything else there, Chrissy, for you.
Yeah, hang on there. There's that one again. Oh, wow.
So we have the wishing well and we have the heart. And what that tells me is that, there's something really deep about this relationship that's going to come into your life.
Right. I mean,
There's a depth
you've
here.
been here a few times and you've kind of been honest and bared your soul a little bit to us, and we appreciate that. And you've indicated, some of your feelings about, wondering, when it will come for you because it hasn't yet. And you're still young, of course. This says it's coming. I really do think it is. I can't really say when. I don't feel that clearly.
I'm not sure it's going to, I'm not sure it's going to be this year, but I have a feeling that by this time next year, it could happen. So sometime by next spring. Because swords sometimes indicate the spring, and the spring is almost done now, and I just don't have that feeling that it's going to happen by the end of this spring. But hey, prove me wrong.
I just grabbed a quick look at a card, and so I'll just say that I think he's sort of like an assistant to somebody else. I get the feeling like they're not, they're learning. So they're an assistant. It's not exactly like an apprentice, but they're assisting somebody else with their job. So it may be like a small company that they work for. I'm actually wondering if they also do things that would put them in the realm of air signs, like maybe they help out with communications or messaging. So I don't know what that could be, but it's a
That's
sense.
what we have for you, Chrissy, and we are on Lily now.
Lily, if you're still with us, you're our last person, so let it go. And then we
She
can let
already
ourselves go.
posted?
No, I don't think so. Nope. There it is.
There it is. Hi, Shannon.
Okay, Shannon, thank you for that. Well, I think you're beautiful because you let somebody go in front of you.
And that shows a beautiful soul, absolutely. So I'm getting confused here. Do you want how people see me, ugly or beautiful? Okay, I get the idea. So you want to know a little bit about how people look at you right now. So we're going to take a look at that and see what they're seeing. And I have to tell you, you got to remember, Lily, that just because they see those things, that doesn't make it true. The one person you need to please above all else is yourself. And so don't forget that.
Well, they're specifically saying from their looks. So
Okay.
that's honest. I mean, you're honestly asking. I think
Shuffle
that
away.
nearly always there's somebody for everybody, and that, and I'm not trying to just be platitudinous, but I know that some people think they're
We
ugly.
found each other.
Some people think they're ugly, and then somebody comes along and says, "No, you're beautiful to me." You just never know, really, what people like. Oh.
Well, this is really, really interesting. I'm not sure about this card. This is not the best of cards. That's the Five of Swords upright. But then we have the Ace of Pentacles upright. And the Six of Pentacles upright. And it's really interesting that you're asking about physicality here.
Because these don't address it really much.
Because the Pentacles are cards that would address that in a way. They're about health and the physical body and things of that nature.
Okay, I guess I wasn't seeing it from beauty or non-beauty. But to me, I would say that maybe it's a mixed bag in a way. Some people see a different kind of beauty in you. They may see a beauty of your compassion or soul, because I think that's what I'm getting from the Six of Pentacles. With the Five of Swords, some people may think that sometimes you stir the cauldron a little bit, that you stir up some trouble, or that you have some strife issues around you. Maybe some people think you don't get along well. That may not have anything to do with your looks, but just how people are relating to you as a person on some respect.
I think sometimes we don't realize, that it's not just our physical looks, but it's also, that what's inside of us sometimes reflects outward in our physical looks. For example, what did you say about that card?
This one?
Yep.
People might think that you're trying to fight with them, or that you have strife issues.
Stir things up.
Stir
Well,
things
and
up.
also there's strife and stress associated with that card a little bit too, because it's a 5. And so what I'm thinking is sometimes maybe you wear some of the inner turmoil you might be feeling on the outside. And maybe it's not so much your physical appearance, but the fact that people are seeing some inner turmoil within you being reflected in your appearance. Because really these other cards are showing such a nice person, somebody that's very generous and giving, and somebody who has the power to create new things and do great things. The Six of Pentacles is a card of generosity and giving. You're a very giving person, which we saw when you graciously, let somebody go in front of you. So I'm not really sure this is that they're looking at you all that badly, but they do feel like there's something that's weary about you, that's straining.
If people have an opinion about you, but they're not really talking with you, I'm thinking that they mostly base it on how you feel to them, how you react with them. And so I don't see anything here that really says that they have a negative opinion about your looks. It just may be that they don't really know you that well.
They may not know how to approach you.
That could be it too, that maybe they don't really see the real you, but I'm thinking that there are things about you that really shine out, that they should see.
Okay, so I don't know which way you're holding that, but I drew the scythe second, and that's important in this case. So if you put them this way, and there's a reason for that. Okay, you
Ah.
notice how the sharp edge of this scythe is not facing the tree. So in other words, it's not cutting down the tree. And so basically it's saying you need to work on yourself and your physical appearance or your body perhaps to maybe make some changes. I think that this implement being put away from you is saying it's time to make some positive changes in that regard.
I agree with her on this. I think that this is really saying that maybe there is an opportunity for you to work on yourself. And that maybe if you're feeling that people don't like you about the way you look, then maybe that really says you don't like something about the way you look. And you should just see what you can do to change that possibly.
I also think that scythe card, being that it's turned away from you, is saying that you have to.
Were you punking us then?
I lost my train of thought here, and I'm sorry. Let me have this back. Well, you know what? I hate to tell you this too, but I get the feeling that, yeah, you have to have a better body image.
Yeah, it may be more about how you're thinking about yourself, how you see yourself. And it may be that these cards say that you see those good things, but you're letting the one bad thing that maybe you're just sort of.
You know, what's really ironic about that is it's funny that you asked about punking because that Five of Swords is kind of indicating, some deception or disillusion.
Well, these days with models are of all types. There are some models, and you know this, Lily, I'm sure you know this, who they only photograph their hand or their foot. They're just used in those kind of commercials or situations. So I would have to say very interesting.
Yeah. What I would say is that another thing about the scythe and the tree is that if it was facing the other way, I would have suggested that you were maybe going to have some body work done because that would
Oh,
be some type of surgical or needle procedure. But it was the other way, which makes me think that, your body is doing fine. You are recovering, some sense of well being.
come back sometime and we'll talk more.
We are absolutely not calling you ugly, Lily, but I'm not sure what you're up to here. But do feel free to come back if you'd like.
Alrighty. What do you think, Banshee?
I think it's time to call it a night for
It's time to
sure.
call it a night. You guys have been really wild and wonderful.
And you guys take care. And thanks to the new people, all of them, including Lily at the end there that we got to today. Chrissy, you've been around, I know. Vanita, thank you for coming. And hopefully we'll see you again sometime in the stream.
Thanks, Violet Ann.
Take care, everybody. We'll see you next time.